Today we are looking at something that could quietly become one of the biggest agricultural shifts in the Caribbean region. A global food production giant, Del Monte is in negotiations to launch a massive pineapple investment right here in Guyana. And when we say massive, we are talking about thousands of acres under pineapple cultivation. This is not a small farm expansion. This is not backyard agriculture. This is industrial scale, export-focused, value-added agriculture. And if this deal goes through, it could change the entire agricultural landscape of Guyana and possibly the Caribbean. The announcement was revealed by Dr. Peter Ramsaurup, Chief Investment Officer of Guyana and Head of Go Invest. According to him, discussions are already ongoing. Del Monte wants to come in and plant thousands of acres of pineapples. Think about that for a moment. Thousands of acres. That means structured farming, irrigation systems, processing plants, supply chains, packaging facilities, transportation logistics, and export routes. This is not just about growing fruit. This is about building an agro-industrial system. Dr. Ramsaurup made a powerful point. He said if Guyana can plant those pineapples and can them locally, why should the region import canned pineapple from outside? Why should Caribbean countries buy from far away when Guyana can produce it cheaper and closer? That question alone shows the bigger strategy here. This is not just farming, this is regional positioning. For decades, Caribbean nations have depended heavily on food imports. Billions of dollars leave the region every year to pay for food. CARICOM leaders have been talking about reducing the regional food import bill for years. The goal has been clear: produce more within the region, depend less on foreign supply chains. Now Guyana is stepping forward and saying, we can be the production hub. And here is where things get even more interesting. According to new research published in Nature Food, out of 186 countries studied, only one country produces enough food to fully feed its population across all major food groups without needing imports. That country is Guyana. The study looked at fruits, vegetables, dairy, fish, meat, plant-based protein, and starchy staples. Only Guyana was fully self-sufficient in all 7 categories. Let that sink in. In a world where global food security is becoming unstable, where supply chains are disrupted by war, climate change, and economic shifts, Guyana already has the agricultural base to feed itself. And now, instead of just feeding itself, Guyana is looking to scale up and feed the region. President Dr. Irfan Ali has been very clear about the long-term vision. He wants Guyana to become the Caribbean's leading food production and distribution hub. Not just raw production, but processing, storage, and export at global standards. This is where Del Monte comes in. Del Monte is not a small regional brand. It is a global food company with supply chains that reach supermarkets across the world. If they invest heavily in Guyana, it means Guyana enters global branded supply chains at a higher level. Think about the value chain. Right now, many countries export raw produce and then import back processed goods at a higher price. That is how wealth leaks out of developing economies. But if pineapples are grown in Guyana, processed in Guyana, canned in Guyana, packaged in Guyana, and exported from Guyana, then the value stays inside the country. Jobs are created not just on farms, but in factories, logistics, packaging, quality control, marketing, and transportation. Thousands of acres mean hundreds, possibly thousands of direct and indirect jobs. It also means infrastructure upgrades. Farm-to-market roads will need to be built or expanded. Storage facilities will need to be modern and climate-controlled. Ports will need to handle increased export volumes. Cold chain logistics will become more important. This fits perfectly into the broader infrastructure push Guyana has already started. New highways, new bridges, port expansions, digital modernization in agriculture, precision farming, climate-smart technology, all of these pieces connect. Agriculture is no longer just cutlass and hoe. It is data-driven, tech-enabled, export-calibrated production. And there is a regional strategy behind this. Guyana has been aggressively working to reduce trade barriers within CARICOM. If Guyana becomes the main producer of certain food commodities, regional supply chains become shorter and more stable. Instead of shipping from outside the hemisphere, products move within the Caribbean basin. That reduces costs, it reduces vulnerability, it increases food security. Now imagine this scenario: if Del Monte establishes a major pineapple base in Guyana and processing facilities are built locally, Guyana could become the main supplier of canned pineapple to CARICOM states. Supermarkets in Jamaica, Barbados, Trinidad, Antigua, St. Lucia, all stocked with pineapple processed in Guyana. That is regional economic integration in action. But beyond the economics, this also shifts perception. For decades, Guyana was seen primarily as a bauxite and sugar economy. Then oil changed the narrative. Now agriculture is re-emerging as a strategic pillar. Not traditional sugar estate dependency, but diversified, technology-driven, high-value agriculture. And diversification is important. Oil wealth is powerful, but it is volatile. Global energy markets shift. Prices fluctuate. Smart economies use oil revenue to build other sectors. Agriculture is one of those sectors. If Guyana can combine oil revenue investment with agricultural expansion, it creates economic balance. There are also questions that must be asked. Where will the thousands of acres come from? How will land be allocated? Will local farmers benefit through partnerships? Will small farmers be integrated into supply chains or pushed aside by industrial-scale operations? These are important conversations. Large-scale foreign investment must be structured carefully. The goal must be growth that includes local participation and skills transfer. If done properly, this can modernize farming practices nationwide. If done poorly, it can concentrate benefits. Another key factor is sustainability. Pineapple cultivation at large scale requires soil management, water planning, and environmental safeguards. Climate-smart agriculture will be essential. Guyana has one of the largest intact forest covers in the world. Balancing expansion with environmental protection will be critical, but if executed strategically, this could become a model for sustainable agro-industrial expansion in the Caribbean. The bigger picture is this. The world is entering a period where food security equals power.